What is up, YouTube? It's Metatronics. I'm super excited to bring you guys a new emblem. I have been working on this one. It took me several tries to get it just right, but I think you guys will love it. It's TRUNKS. I've gotten several requests, and I'm super excited to bring her to you guys, so enjoy. To start off, I put a square in the background. You can use a round square or a square, it doesn't matter. Just get a square in that background. Next, we're going to use some heart shapes, and those are going to be the ears on the side of that square. You're going to kind of squish the hearts and then move them over to the edge so that just the sides of those are showing. You want to duplicate those layers and color them that green color, and so you just kind of get the edge of the ears. Next, we're going to move on to the wrinkles in her forehead, and those are just smile outlines. I used a couple of them there. One's obviously larger than the other, and those will just go right above where her eyes will be. And her eyes are just black circles. You want to make them pretty small, but not too small. Next, I start putting some glare on her eyes, just make her eyes look glossy, all cutesy. I just basically used one circle as an oval in each eye, and then just one straight white circle. Next, I start using some curved outline shapes to create the trunk for tree trunks. You want to put that just below the eyes, obviously in between, and then I'm going to use some more curved outline shapes to create the wrinkles in the trunk. I almost called it her nose. That's not a nose, that's a trunk. And I kind of just use some varying shapes and lengths and kind of put them in places that are not too uniform. Next, I start using some circles for her mouth. I just squash the circles down, create an oval, and then I kind of cross them. You see that there, they almost make an X shape, a lopsided X. And then to cover up those circles, I use a rounded square that I put behind the trunk layers, but on top of the mouth layers. On a side note, if you don't remember how to change the layers, what you have to do is click on the shape that you want to move in the layers, and then you use your D-pad to move it back and forth. Next, you'll want to give her mouth a good dark outline. And to do that, you'll just duplicate those layers and expand those circles out and color those black and put them in the background. Next, I move on to her teeth, and I just use some half circle shapes that I kind of make more like ovals cut in half. You want to shrink those down and then order them appropriately in the layers so that the teeth are going behind her trunk. And so I'm using, I think it's 4 teeth in total that I put up there, and 2 of them kind of are going behind her trunk, so it gives the effect, the illusion that there's more teeth there. Now once I get her mouth all put together, I kind of feel like her ears are crowding her face a little bit, so I wind up backing the ears off a little bit more so that there's just a little bit less there showing. And I wind up expanding her mouth out a little bit because Tree Trunks has a really wide, long mouth, and so it didn't look right for her to have such a small mouth. So I stretch everything out, kind of move things around a little bit, get it looking just perfect, and we're almost done. She's looking so good, but I decide to take a few circles and make a tongue for her. And I color it a nice pink, kind of a light pink, and put that just inside the mouth, and I duplicate that and expand it, or make it look like it expands over to the other side of the trunk as well. Now for the final steps. There's a couple layers left, and I'm thinking, what do I want to do with this? Well, I decide to duplicate the curved line on the right side of her trunk, and then change the opacity so it looks more like a shadow. And then I do with the same with the left ear. I duplicate that black heart and then change the opacity down. If you don't remember how to change the opacity, you use the bumpers. And then after that, we're done. That's the final step. Now we got some dimension. She's looking awesome. I really hope you guys enjoy making Tree Trunks your emblem as much as I enjoyed making her mine. If you guys go look at my player card right now, she is right there, sitting proudly as my emblem. She looks fantastic. If you haven't taken a look at any of my other emblems, this is your first time watching one of my emblem tutorials, go ahead and check out my channel. I also have a link in the description so you guys can go and take a look at them. But there's a few of them here. I've got some Daft Punk, a lot of Adventure Time. If you guys are Adventure Time fans, I would highly recommend you go check them out. I've got basically all the characters, and if you see a character I don't have, make sure to let me know in the comments, and I will see what I can do about making them. If you liked the video, make sure you leave it a rating. Guys, it's been Metatronics, and I'll see you next time.